All right, and we are back. All right, let's turn that music down and let's get started. Welcome back to the Profit Lab show and podcast. I'm your host, Marie Torossian, CPA and certified 10x business coach, and I'm so glad you are here. If you're new to the show, go ahead and subscribe, like my channel on the pages where you're watching or listening us on so that you can get alerts when we drop any new episode, which would be every Wednesday, noon Eastern time. And that's on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Podbean, and so much more. Today, we're diving deep into pillar number 6, which is amplifying your revenue streams. If you're relying on one service or one type of client to generate all of your revenue, you're basically leaving money on the table and you're being vulnerable. So, let's talk about how to diversify and amplify your income. Again, this podcast is all about service-based business owners. We're walking through the valuation MT methodology that I've created. So again, we are on pillar number 6, amplifying your revenue streams. Most service-based business owners start with perhaps a single core offer, like consulting, design, general legal services, maybe IT support or marketing. So in any of those different service-based businesses, there's that core offering of, what you do, which is the main breadwinner, let's say. So, and that's a solid foundation, right? But it can cap your growth and leave you exposed if demand shifts. So what could you do? You can add more revenue streams. And why? Because you want stability in your business. If one service slows down, there's others that keep you afloat. For example, if consulting is one type, you want to create another type of service, actually more than one type. So you want to do that so you have that stability in your business. The second one is scalability. Some offers can be delivered without trading more of your time. So how can you create a business that depends on these multiple revenue streams instead of your time as a service provider? And then number 3, it's flexibility. You can serve clients with different needs and budgets. So if you have different offerings, different entry points to do business with you, you'll be able to serve different types of clients at different budgets. So nobody would just pick up and leave because you don't fit that pricing. You can actually offer them something that they could still benefit based on their budget. So now let's talk about, the revenue stream framework for most service-based businesses. So here are practical options that I'm going to cover right now that are related to service-based businesses. So number 1, the core service. This is your main done for you or a one-on-one offering. So again, as I mentioned, consulting, certain type of design, content creation, legal representation, IT support, or any type of agency work. So this is the actual core offer, the core service, the main thing that you do. For bookkeepers, it could be specifically bookkeeping, right? Or it could be, tax work for CPAs that are in tax work. So that would be the main offering. Another thing you can offer could be something like a group program or workshops, right? It's an expansion to what you already do and you already know. So for example, delivering training and some type of an education, a strategic planning to, multiple clients at a, one time and at a personal, like say virtual or in-person workshop. So kind of grouping everybody together, they pay a specific fee to be in that program with you. And then you'll be able to make more revenue, but it's a different revenue stream from your main core offer. Another one, a third one I want to talk about is productizing services. What does that mean? That's basically pre-packaging, fixed scope services with set pricing. Let's do some examples because, examples are easier to remember. So like a website audit, or you provide legal templates. It's a kit. A brand kit, for marketing, or other system setup, something that is productized. It's prepackaged. They just pay that one fee and they get this product. So basically turning your service into a product that you can leverage. The fourth one I want to talk about is recurring revenue. How can you create more recurrent revenue, which actually builds more value into the business? So things like, retainers, memberships, ongoing support services, maintenance plans like, IT maintenance, or other monthly advisory services, something that they're paying on an ongoing basis, and then you deliver service ongoing basis. So it just builds that next level of revenue. Another one that I wanted to cover today is digital products. So downloadable resources, templates, guides, how-to videos, or just toolkits tailored to the niche that you serve. Digital products are very, very easy to create nowadays. With AI availability, you can actually put a lot of your ideas into AI and help them build you a product, a digital product that you can deliver to your current clients, and make that extra revenue stream available to them. Well, revenue stream for you, but an extra benefit for them. I just caught that. Okay. And licensing or certification, this is another way where you can expand your knowledge into the next level, right? Allowing other professionals to use your proprietary methods or framework. Think about licensing your, SOPs, your training modules, or some type of a branded process that you already have. So allowing other professionals to pay you a licensing fee to use those same systems or your frameworks or your methods to deliver services. So this is a really great one. This is something that I do plan to do down the road as I build up my valuation MT methodology. So that's definitely in my, it's going to be one of my offerings down the road. So everything that I'm sharing here are things that I've either done it or I'm planning to do it. So it will be helpful to you as well. So stay here. Make sure that you're joining in every week to listen in and learn and implement. And of course, if you need extra set of hands and help from me directly, please reach out and we can work together and help you out. Okay, so now let's think about building your offer ladder with all of these different ideas of adding more revenue streams. So your offer ladder should have entry points at different price levels to serve a wide range of clients and move them up as their need grows. So, obviously we always want to be the Ferrari, like we talked about this last week. We want to be the Ferrari. We want to be the, getting paid the highest value, but it doesn't mean you can't capture and still serve those who are not ready for the Ferrari yet. They just need a Toyota right now. So let's try and serve as many people as possible if your goal is to really help people, right? So you can create these different offerings with different price ranges. So let's think through that. A low ticket offer would run somewhere between $47 and $497. So these could be things like assessments, audits, different templates, perhaps mini courses, workshops, or just a starter kit. Anything that you could deliver with minimal effort from you, because we want to make sure that this is not taking you more time. You create it once and you deliver it in a simplified, automated way at a very low price. So that way it still helps a whole range of different clients and give them their benefits and have you always in their mind. That's the whole point. Another one is the mid-ticket. So mid-ticket will go somewhere between $997, let's say, to maybe $10,000. So these could be things like group programs, different bundled services together, different types of strategy or advisory sessions, or different implementation packages, depending on the type of service business that you have. So you want to think about a mid-ticket, could be anywhere from as I said, $997, let's say $1,000 to $10,000. And then let's think through high ticket pricing. Okay, this could be somewhere between $15,000, $50,000 to $50,000 plus. And again, these are just general ranges that I'm giving. Based on your type of business, those ranges might be slightly different, for the high ticket. But these are just general, just to give you an idea of like how you can leverage different price ranges and be able to provide different types of service offerings to increase your revenue streams. So high ticket, this could be something like more deep dive, comprehensive consulting. Ongoing retainers could fill into this if it's an ongoing service that you want to deliver, done for you solutions, or just, premium advisory. These are things that it's going to require a lot of energy, a lot more from you. So it's a higher ticket item versus those lower ticket and mid ticket items, which probably require a lot less of your time commitment, a lot more automation in the delivery. So it's a lot lower priced. So let's go through some examples now. Let's say a marketing agency might offer a $99 website audit, a $5,000 group workshop, and perhaps a $20,000 a year retainer for an ongoing service. So this is just having the three different value ladders for, marketing agency. Again, the numbers that I'm using are just for examples. You can charge whatever you want. Price is a myth. But just bear in mind, I'm just trying to give an example so you can visualize what that looks like. An IT firm could provide, let's say, a cybersecurity checklist for $297. It's a whole, comprehensive checklist that's, their client can download and then use it to go through the checklist. The mid-tier could be a $3,000 system setup, for example, and then a $30,000 annual managed service contract. So these are different levels. You can tap into different types of clients at different budgets. Here's another one. For accountants, for example, they might sell, maybe a tax checklist for $197. Something that a smaller business owner and maybe a startup that doesn't have that much money can still benefit from that tax checklist and make sure they have everything that they need. So it's a much lower price. On the other hand, for the mid-tier, could be a $6,000 business help package and implementation. So it's something a little bit more deep dive. It requires more work. And then the third level would be a high ticket CFO service, let's say, I don't know, $30,000, $50,000 a year. Again, depending on the level of the service and the type of business owner and their budget. So these are just general numbers, again, that I'm giving you just to give you an example of like low ticket, mid ticket, and high ticket, offerings. All right. How do you feel so far? I feel like, there's a lot of information I'm giving here. Make sure to put some comments there halfway through now that we've listened to this. What are your thoughts? What are some questions that are coming up? Please make sure to put it in the comments. I love to read them. And again, if there's any other questions, I'll always love to cover on the next session. Okay. What are some upsell strategies you can think about? All right. So let's think about how you're going to make these offerings. Every offer should, naturally lead to next step. We talk about client journey, right? Their entry point. Not every client is a Ferrari client. So they're not going to jump into it. Let's say the highest, ticket item. They might come in at the lowest, and then you build your way, upsell them slowly to that next level as they grow. So for example, they might start with an audit, a quick audit on their website, and then you upsell them to implementation package for them. They might come in as from a group workshop, and then you bring it up to ongoing support. A template that they purchase, but then you do a customized work upsell. So these are different ways to regroup the journey. So I want you to think about who are your current clients. What are the clients, maybe prospects you talked to and you didn't close, and maybe they didn't fit that specific core offer you had. So what can you offer them that could be valuable? And then how do you bring them through that journey through the upsells? And then they can enter at different points, or they enter at the lowest and still build their way up to your highest ticket offer. All right, we're getting closer to the wrap up time. So as you know, towards the end, I always give a profit question of the week. Here it is. What is one additional revenue stream you could launch in the next 90 days using your existing expertise? I already kind of gave you a cheat sheet here. You can always leverage AI to help you there. But the ideas have to be yours, right? It's your expertise. The AI is just going to help you figure through what to deliver. So, what is that one additional revenue stream you can add within the 90 days? Feel free to put it in the comments. I want to hear it. I want to know all about it, and I want to support you. All right. And of course, we always do the actionable actionable takeaways every time. So here are some things I want you to work on as homework. Map your current revenue streams. What are the revenue streams that you have? What percentage of your income is coming from each of those revenue streams? If you have only one revenue stream, as we talked about it, add another one within the next 90 days. And then think through after that, what is that client journey going to look like and where your revenues are going to come? Start tracking those. And identify gaps in your offer letter, right? Where are you missing entry, mid, or premium options? If you only have a premium option and there's no entry or mid-level, maybe that's what you should create, right? If you have only low entry point and then a high entry point, you need a middle. So start thinking through that. And then choose one revenue stream to develop in the next 90 days. As I said, make it relevant to your audience and, of course, scalable for your business. This extra offering should not add extra work for you. It should be an addition, something you work on and build it out now, and it just delivers automatically as much as possible, right? Doesn't add extra time to you. All right, cool. So I am so excited. This was a really, really great content, and I love to talk about it. I'm always thinking about revenue streams, building up multiple revenue streams, because I never want to depend on one revenue stream. In the past 6-7 years, I've built quite a few based in my coaching business and also in my accounting. So I always want to make sure that I'm helping all the right people and capture a big chunk of that market instead of just a very, very narrow market. So with that, next week we're going to be talking about pillar number 7, team building and delegation. I love this subject too, man. I love all of these subjects that I'm talking about, and there's a reason for that. My whole coaching is based on these pillars. So it's all about time to support, to stop doing everything yourself and build a team that supports you. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Pillar 7, team building and delegation. Time to stop doing everything yourself and build the team that supports your growth. So until then, have a wonderful rest of your week. See you next week.